December 3rd, 1995. Sony's prepping up, getting ready to release the PS1 with cult classic releases such as Tekken, Tomb Raider 3, Crash Bandicoot, 007 Tomorrow Never Dies, and the Dalmatians 2. There was no competition, especially with these cool ass adverts that they made. Yeah, I don't know if I can show the whole thing, but y'all remember this advert? I feel like I've seen this when I was a kid. Anyways, before we dive into the game itself, let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the look and the feel of the game. I've always been a huge fan of the PS1 era. There's always something so raw and unnerving about those low poly graphics and pixelated textures. Back in the day, the hardware limitations forced developers to get creative. They had to rely on atmosphere, sound design, and storytelling to draw the players into their worlds. One game that did this better than most was Silent Hill. The foggy streets, the haunted soundscapes, and the ever-present feeling of dread is definitely a masterpiece in psychological horror. My game draws heavily from those elements, and I want the player to feel the same tension and fear where every shadow could be hiding something terrifying. So, let's talk about where we are with the game. Meet Basic John. This is our main character for now. He's not too much to look at yet, but he's a start. Everything you see here was built from scratch after losing my old project. Besides a little template here and there and a couple assets from the asset store, a lot of this stuff was just made in Blender that I just kind of threw together and then I threw back. So it's not the cleanest right now, but it's gonna get cleaner. Luckily, this is not my first time using Unreal, so that's good. If you want to see the first time I used it, check out the channel. I went crazy. So starting off, I wanted to go with the retro PS1 style. So I looked up a couple of tutorials on YouTube and I found a way to implement this style. Shout out StartCraft. He has really cool videos, so check him out. So I found a way how to implement this on Unreal, and I thought, first, let's start off with a little design. Let's do some level design. Start off with a nice little foggy snow area where the character's gonna start his mission, and we'll go from there. So I built this little pathway, added some trees, added a little ground snow texture, and we have this nice little starting map. Then I started implementing John into it, and I started looking at stuff like cutscenes and stuff. Then I figured out how to make cutscenes, so I started experimenting with that, building little cutscenes, little intro scene. And then while I was doing that, I thought, okay, now that we have an intro scene, nice, we kind of need a menu scene. We kind of need a start screen. So I made this little very, very basic menu, but it was a start. So now I kind of have some mechanics. I kind of have a little camera action. I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. Luckily, the template did save me like hundreds of hours, but I'm still putting in hundreds of hours now, so it is what it is. Now that I've done that, I was focusing on dialogue system, trying to do some character talking, interaction things. I can't really say nothing back. That's something I'm working on now. I was doing this as I'm editing the video, still haven't figured it out, but we're getting there. I also added some dialogue with NPCs and random stuff like that. I worked on opening doors. I was trying to figure out how to open this door for so long, and it took me like at least a week or something to figure out. I realized what the problem was, but I don't know why it took me so long. But now that we got the doors open, we got some AI, we got some enemies in here. I made this little nun enemy, little nun monster thing to kind of go with my vibe. It's just a placeholder for now, but I thought she looked cool. I still want to go over the enemies a lot more, but for now I thought this was pretty cool just to have an idea of what they can do. I do plan on adding different animations and everything, so keep in mind that things will be changing. There's no actual set release date for this game yet. I'm kind of just working on it as I go on, and I've been putting in quite a bit of time into it. So I do want to have something playable maybe sometime in September. That's in a couple days time. So maybe not, maybe October, but I am also down to just work on it and see what y'all think. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. Feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any tips on game dev, also leave a comment. I am not a game dev at all, this is my first time, so I appreciate the help. So if y'all want to see what happens next in this game, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Peace.